Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What does it mean for a boat to be unseaworthy? When you picture an unseaworthy vessel, you probably envision a rusty or rotting boat tacking on water. Of course, you would be right. Such a ship would certainly be deemed unseaworthy. However, under maritime law, a ship does not need to be in a danger of a sinking to be considered unseaworthy. There are many circumstances on board that will determine whether the ship's equipment and crew are considered fit for service. The unseaworthiness definition used by the Jones Act attorneys and maritime courts applies to any vessel that is shown to have an adequate design or maintenance or crew to perform its intended function. Let us discuss what it means to be unseaworthy. The types of a vessel and equipment operating under this rule and what is needed to support claims of unseaworthiness when a crew member is injured in the course of their duties. The legal definition of unseaworthy vessel. In general terms, maritime or admiralty law defines a seaworthy vessel as one with equipment, crew, and construction that are adequate in type, design, and maintenance to fulfill their intended functions. This definition goes beyond a ship's ability to safely navigate a waterway and covers many aspects of being properly prepared to set sails. The effect of these requirements is that ships must provide a reasonably safe environment for crew members, passengers, and cargo. The legal concept of unseaworthiness is separate from and broader than the definition of negligence. What is included as a vessel under the law? The definition of a vessel under the law is also broader than one might expect. Courts have held that the term vessel includes these categories, among others: cargo ships, cruise ships, offshore oil rig, tugboats, fishing vessels, charter boats, barges, even without motors and sleeping quarters, moored boats, including casino ships, the Jones Act guidance about unseaworthiness as part of maritime law. The Jones Act in particular addresses the meaning of unseaworthiness and the consequences of failing to maintain a seaworthy vessel. While there is also a path for negligence claim under the Jones Act. Under the unseaworthiness doctrine, Jones Act attorneys and injured seamen do not need to prove that negligence occurred, but only that the vessel was unseaworthy when the injury happened. Specifically, a ship owner must maintain a seaworthy vessel with all parts and equipment reasonably fit for their intended purpose. The operating crew must be sufficient in number and at an adequate level of competence for their assigned task. The law does not require a vessel owner to provide the best available ships, equipment, or crew, only that these be reasonably proper and suitable for the function and purpose of the vessel. And then who is responsible for maintaining a seaworthy vessel? Maritime law is clear about who is accountable for injuries or losses due to a vessel being unseaworthy. The vessel owner is responsible to provide a seaworthiness vessel, which is referred to as their absolute duty or absolute liability. This duty of a ship owner cannot be delegated. If a seaman is injured due to the defect in the ship, inadequate equipment, or poorly trained crewmates, he or she might file a claim of unseaworthiness against the ship owner for damages including medical expenses, living costs, lost wages, loss of earning capacity, retraining, disability, disfigurement, pain, and suffering. Allowing the condition of a vessel to put a crew of passengers at risk is a serious matter. Criminal charges may even be filed under federal law against anyone willingly employing crew on a vessel they know how to be unseaworthy. And then what makes a ship unseaworthy? As maritime courts have ruled on specific cases, the legal definition of unseaworthiness has expanded to include conditions and factors like this: inadequate numbers of crew members or lack of training for necessary tasks, lack of proper equipment to perform the ship's intended function, defective or poorly maintained machinery and equipment, using an undersized or unsuitable vessel for the condition and purpose of the fully operating vessel that are poorly designed, unstable, damaged, or in need of major repairs, broken or missing features essential to safety, such as ladders, stairs, handrails, safety lines, scaffolding, etc. Lack of proper safety equipment or failing to follow regulation requiring sufficient emergency equipment, protective gear, flotation devices, and life rafts. Overloading the vessel or its equipment, unprotected opening in the deck leading to several cargo holds, slippery products or substances such as hydraulic fluid or oil and surfaces, using or failing to remove dangerous substances like asbestos from the vessel, having insufficient procedures in place to cover safe operation and emergencies, unsafe recreational facilities or activities permitted on board, providing inadequate medical staff, treatment areas, supplies, or equipment. And the next is having insufficient galleys, cooking equipment, or provision to meet the needs of the crew, allowing use of a sleeping compartment that lack headroom, ladders, two bunks, or adequate bedding for the crew. Unsanitary living conditions, including tainted drinking water, spoiled food, or other basic sanitation issues. Even poor planning can render a vessel seaworthy. A recent decision held the ship owner liable for having a defective passage plan. And then what happens when a crew member is injured on unseaworthy vessels? When seamen are hired to work on a vessel that meets the definition of unseaworthiness, accident and injuries often result. These types of falls, crash accidents, and medical emergencies at sea can cause life-changing injuries requiring significant compensation. Some of this type of accident include slip and falls accidents on decks and gangway, conveyor belt accidents, crane accidents, falling overboard, extreme temperature exposure, injuries caused by a faulty navigation, falls from ladders, lines or scaffolding, burns or smoke inhalation from fires or exposure, electrocution, loss of limbs, drowning or near drowning. In addition to the maritime workers themselves, their loved ones may receive compensation under the Death on a High Seas Act, which allows compensation for family members if a wrongful death occurs on an unseaworthy vessel. Individuals who sustain injuries on board should report them to the ship's medical officer as soon as possible, and they have up to 3 years to file a claim of unseaworthiness. Because the case will be heard in maritime courts, consulting with an experienced team of Jones Act attorneys may be in their best interests. And then what are your rights if you are injured at sea? Maritime law is complex, and there are maritime factors to consider when determining which laws will guide your particular claim for compensation if you are injured on an unseaworthy vessel. Obtaining legal advice earlier rather than later will provide the most available option for you and your loved ones. When your trust placed in ship owners to provide seaworthy vessel goes wrong, there are legal paths to fair compensation for those who suffer because of it. The concept of absolute duty protects seamen and women as part of the traditional law of the sea. If you have questions about your injuries and whether the ship you work on was seaworthy or not, you may need to advocate to guide your next steps. I think that's all guys, the information that I can share to you. Thank you so much guys for watching, and if you need information related to maritime topics, you are in the right channel, because in this channel we talk about it a lot. Don't forget to share this video to your friends, family, and your loved one. Maybe then information about maritime topics, so when you share this video to them, it means you already help them to get through their problems guys. Thank you so much guys for watching. I would like to add a little further explanation to you, and I hope you can take a minute from the video that I've shared. Don't forget to give a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye guys, see you in another video.